Good day, grade 7. Welcome to our PE class. To formally start our lesson, we will identify first the following: content standard, performance standard, and most essential learning competencies. For today's lesson, I will be discussing the physical activity and physical fitness assessments. Let us review the different movements and skills in the following physical activities. Can you tell me the skills and equivalent fitness component needed to execute this activity? Coordination and balance are needed for you to ride a bicycle. What is your initial reaction if you were chased by the dog? Probably you will say you will run fast and react immediately. In that case, you are already using cardiovascular endurance, speed, agility, and reaction time. How do the ballerina execute the dance? She danced gracefully by combining balance and flexibility. The connection of those activities has something to do with our topic today. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, physical fitness is defined as the ability to carry out daily tasks with vigor and alertness without undue fatigue, and with ample energy to enjoy leisure time, pursuits, and response to emergencies. Physical fitness is divided into two parameters: health-related fitness. Components focus on factors that promote optimum health and prevent the onset of disease and problems associated with inactivities. Those factors that are related to how well the system of your body works. It refers to the body condition. On the other hand is the skill-related fitness. Common components of physical fitness that enable participation in sports and other physical activities, also called performance or motor fitness. It refers to body performance. Physical fitness components that are prescribed to improve individuals' health are the following components: body composition, cardiovascular endurance, muscular endurance, flexibility, and strength. For the next slides, try to identify the physical fitness components and physical fitness tests that will measure the components of health-related fitness. Let us begin with body composition. It is a health-related fitness. It is the body's relative amount of fat to fat-free mass. Here is the formula to compute your BMI or body mass index. Weight over height squared. Weight, the heaviness or lightness of a person. Equipment needed, bathroom scale. Procedure. For the student, wear light clothing before weighing. On bare feet, stand erect and still with weight evenly distributed on the center of the scale. For the partner, before the start of weighing, adjust the scale to 0 point. Record the score in kilograms. Scoring. Record body mass to the nearest 0.1 kilograms. Height. The distance between the feet on the floor to the top of the head in standing position. Equipment. Tape measure laid flat to a concrete wall where 0 point start on the floor. L square and an even and firm floor and flat wall. Procedure. For the tester, stand erect on bare feet with heels, buttocks, and shoulders pressed against the wall where the tape measure is attached. For the partner, place the L square against the wall with the base of the top of the head of the person being tested. Make sure that the L square when placed on the head of the student is straight and parallel to the floor. Record the score in meters. Scoring. Record standing height to the nearest 0.1 centimeter. After knowing your height and weight, you are now ready to compute your body mass index. Here are the classification of BMI. If you fall on the following categories, below 18.5, you are underweight. 18.5 to 24.9 normal weight, 25 to 29.9 overweight, 30 to 34.9 obese, 35 and above extremely obese. Cardiovascular endurance is the ability of the heart, lungs, and blood vessels to deliver oxygen to working muscles and tissues, as well as the ability of those muscles and tissues to utilize that oxygen. Endurance may also refer to the ability of the muscle to do repeated work without fatigue. The 3-minute step test measures the cardiovascular endurance. Equipment needed: step with a height of 12 inches and stopwatch. Procedure: for the student, stand at least 1 foot away from the step or bench with trunk erect and eyes looking straight ahead. The first step of the sequence should be alternate. At the signal go, step up and down the step for 3 minutes at a rate of 96 beats per minute. One step consists of 4 beats: up with the left foot, count 1, up with the right foot, count 2, down with the left foot, count 3, down with the right foot, count 4 for the first sequence. Observe proper breathing. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Immediately after the exercise, stand and locate your pulse, and in 5 seconds or at a signal, start to get the heart rate. Don't talk while taking the pulse beat. Count the pulse beat for 10 seconds and multiply it by 6. For the partner, as the student assumes the position in front of the step, signal ready and go. Start the stopwatch for the 3-minute step test. After the test, allow the student to locate his pulse in 5 seconds. Give the signals to count the pulse beat. Let the student count his pulse beat for 10 seconds and multiply it by 6. Record the 60-second heart rate after the activity. Make sure to get your heart rate per minute before and after the activity. Next is flexibility. It refers to the ability of the joints to move through a full range of motion. The best ways to improve your flexibility is through stretching. Zipper test is a test of upper arm and shoulder girdle flexibility intended to parallel the strength or endurance assessment of that region. Target for these tests is to able to touch the fingertips together behind the back by reaching over the shoulder and under the elbow. Equipment: ruler. Procedure: for the students, stand erect. Raise your right arm, bend your elbow, and reach down across your back as far as possible to test the right shoulder. Extend your left arm down and behind your back. Bend your elbow up across your back and try to reach your fingers over those of your right hand as if to pull a zipper or scratch between the shoulder blades. To test the left shoulder, repeat procedures A and B with the left hand over the left shoulder. For the partner, observe whether the fingers touch or overlap each other. If not, measure the gap between the middle fingers of both hands. Record the distance in centimeters. Record the right and left arm that touches the fingertips. Here are the standard equivalent values of the scores. Another flexibility test is the sit and reach. The purpose of this test is to be able to reach as far as possible without bending the hamstring. Equipment: tape measure. Procedure: for the student, sit on the floor with back, head and shoulders flat on the wall. Feet are 12 inches apart. Interlock thumbs and position the tip of the fingers on the floor without bending the elbows. After the partner has positioned the 0 point of the tape measure, the student starts the test by sliding the hands slowly forward without jerking, trying to reach the farthest distance possible without bending the knees. Bouncing or jerking movement is not allowed. Do it twice. For the partner, as the student assumes the B procedure, position the 0 point of the tape measure at the tip of the middle fingers of the tester. See to it that the knees are not bent as the performer slides the farthest distance that he could. Record the first trial up to the third trial to the nearest 0.1 cm. Strength refers to muscles' ability to generate force against physical objects. In the fitness world, this typically refers to how much weight you can lift for different strength training exercises. The purpose of the push-up is to measure strength of upper extremities. Take note, girls push-up used to refer a modified push-up where you're propped up with your knees instead of your toes. Equipment: exercise mats or any clean mat. Procedure: for the student, lie down on the mat face down in standard push-up position, palms on the mat about shoulder width, fingers pointing forward and legs straight, parallel and slightly apart with the toes supporting the feet. For the boys, straighten the arms keeping the back and knees straight, then lower the arms until there is a 90-degree angle at the elbow. For girls, with knees in contact with the floor, straighten the arms keeping the back straight, then lower the arms until there is a 90-degree angle at the elbow. Perform as many repetitions as possible, maintaining cadence of 20 push-ups per minute. For the partner, as the student assumes the position of push-up, start counting as the student lowers his body until he reaches 90-degree angle at the elbow. The partner should stand in front of the student and his eyes should be close to elbow to accurately judge the 90 degrees bend. Make sure that the performer executes the push-up in the correct form. The test is terminated when the performer can no longer execute the push-up. Record the score of number of push-ups made. Basic plank is another test to measure strength of upper extremities. Equipment: exercise mats or any clean mat, and stopwatch. Procedure: for the student, assume a push-up position. Rest body on forearms with palms and fingers flat on the wall. Elbows are aligned with the shoulders. Legs are straight with ankles, knees and thighs touching together. Support weight on forearms and toes. Make sure that your back is flat. Head, neck and spine are in a straight line. Keep abdominals engaged or contracted. Do not let stomach drop or allow hips to rise. For the partner, ensure the availability of a mat, smooth flooring or anything that can protect the forearms. Give the signal start or go and start the timepiece. Make sure that the back of the head, neck, spine and ankles are in a straight line. Give 2 warnings. Stop the time when the performer can no longer hold the required position or when the performer has held the position for at least 90 seconds. Record the time it lasted in planking position in the nearest seconds. To recap, here are the different physical fitness tests under health-related fitness: body composition, BMI, cardiovascular endurance, 3-minute step test, strength, push-up and basic plank, flexibility, zipper test, and sit and reach. For the next slides, try to identify the physical fitness components and physical fitness tests that will measure the components of skill-related fitness. These are the following components: agility, balance, coordination, power, reaction time, and speed. Skill-related fitness components is important for success in skillful activities and athletic events. First is the agility. It is the ability to change the direction quickly using a combination of balance, coordination, speed, strength, and endurance. Hexagon agility test measures the ability to move quickly while maintain balance. Equipment: tape measure, stopwatch, chalk or tape for marking the ground in making hexagon shape. Procedure: for the student, stand with both feet together inside the hexagon facing the mark starting side. At the signal go, using the ball of the feet with arms bent in front, jump clockwise over the line. Then, back over the same line inside the hexagon. Continue the pattern with all the sides of the hexagon. Rest for 1 minute. Repeat the test counterclockwise. For the partner, start the time at the signal go and stop once the performer reaches the side before the side where he started. Record the time of each revolution. Start the test if the performer jumps on the wrong side or steps on the line. Record the time in nearest minutes and seconds. Record the time you cover the hexagon in clockwise and counterclockwise direction and then get the average. Balance is the maintenance of equilibrium while stationary or while moving. Balance is key to all functional movement. It is important because it is part of everything we do. The purpose of stork balance test is to assess the ability to balance on the ball of the foot. Equipment needed: flat, non-slip surface, and stopwatch. Procedure: for the student, remove the shoes and place hands on the hips. Position the right foot on the side of the knee of the left foot. Raise the left heel to balance on the ball of the foot. Do the same procedure with the opposite foot. For the partner, start the time as the heel of the performer is raised off the floor. Stop the time if any of the following occurs: the hands come off the hips, the supporting foot swivel or moves in any direction, the non-supporting foot loses contact with the knees, the heel of the supporting foot touches the floor. There shall be 3 trials. Record the time taken in both feet in nearest seconds and divide the score into 2 to get the average percentage scores. Record the time in nearest second of your right and left foot in trial in a stork balance test position. Next skill-related component is power. It is the ability to transfer energy into force at a fast rate. It also boosts the strength needed for daily tasks. Just about any activity becomes easier with stronger muscles. To test the power, standing long jump is used to measure the explosive strength and power of the leg muscles. Equipment: tape measure or meter stick. Procedure: for the student, stand behind the takeoff line with feet parallel to each other. The tips of the shoes should not go beyond the line. Bend knees and swing arms backward once. Then swing arms forward as you jump, landing on both feet. Try to jump as far as you can. Do not control the momentum of the jump. Must land on both feet. Perform the test twice in succession. For the partner, place 0 point of the tape measure at the takeoff line. After the jump, spot the mark where the back of the heel of either feet of the tester has landed nearest to the takeoff line. Record the distance of the 2 trials. Record the first and second trial in meters to the nearest 0.1 centimeters. Coordination is the ability to use the senses with the body parts to perform motor tasks smoothly and accurately. It pays to focus some attention on how you coordinate movements. Juggling is a physical human skills involving the movement of an object, usually through the air. The purpose of this test is to measure the coordination of the individual in the performance of motor tasks. Equipment: sipa or washer weighing 4 grams with 5 inches straw or 20 pieces bundled rubber band or any similar local materials weighing 4 grams. Procedure: for the student, heat the sipa, rubber band, or similar local material alternately with the right and left palm upward. The height of the material being tossed should be at least above the head. For the partner, count how many times the performer has hit the material with the right and left hand. Stop the test if the material drops or after 2 minutes. There shall be 3 trials. Scoring: record the times the highest number of hits the performer has done. Another skill-related fitness is the reaction time. It is the time elapsed between stimulation and the beginning of reaction to the stimulation. Stick drop test measure the reaction time as to how fast a person can respond to a stimulus. The higher your score, the faster your reaction time. Equipment needed: ruler or stick of 24 inches long, armchair or table and chair. Procedure: for the student, sit on an armchair so that the elbow and the lower arm rest on the desk comfortably. Place the heel of the hand on the desk so that only the fingers and thumb extend beyond. Fingers and thumb should at least be 1 inch apart. Catch the ruler with the thumb and index finger without lifting the elbow from the desk as the partner drops the stick. Procedure: for the student, sit on an armchair. Place the heel of the hand on the desk so that the only fingers and thumb extend beyond. Fingers and thumb should at least be 1 inch apart. Catch the ruler with the thumb and index finger without lifting the elbow from the desk. Hold the stick while the partner reads the measurement. Do this thrice. For the partner, hold the ruler or stick at the top, allowing it to dangle between the thumb and fingers of the performer. Hold the ruler so that the 12-inch mark is even without the thumb and the index finger. No part of the hand of the performer should touch the ruler stick. Drop the ruler without warning. Record the score on the upper part of the thumb. For the last component is the speed. It is the ability to perform a movement in a short period of time. Speed is one of the main fitness components, important for success in many sports. 40-meter sprint, measure the running speed. Equipment needed are stopwatch, running area with known measurement of 40 meters. Procedure. For the student, at the signal ready, stand behind the takeoff line. The tips of the shoes should not go beyond the line and assume a crouch position. At the signal get set, assume an uncrouched position with both hands on the starting line. At the signal go, run to the finish line as fast as you can. For the partner, set the stopwatch to 0 point. At the signal go, start the watch and stop it as the performer crosses the finish line. Scoring. Record the time in the nearest 0.01 seconds you cover the 40 meters. To recap, here are the different physical fitness tests under skill-related fitness. For the agility, hexagon agility test, balance, start balance test, speed, 40-meter sprint, coordination, juggling, power, standing long jump, reaction time, stick drop test. The very first thing you need to do is fill out a very simple questionnaire, RQ, or the Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire. Please read the questions carefully and answer each one honestly. You will check yes or no. RQ will help you determine if you are ready for an exercise program or if you need further medical clearance. You can accomplish the test at your own pace within 1 week. Do the following to prepare for the test. Review the procedures in conducting the physical fitness test. Follow the procedures of every fitness test very strictly to get an accurate result and to ensure your safety. Wear the appropriate attire. Do the warm-up exercises on your own or with your partner. Prior to fitness tests, always have warm-up exercise to prepare your muscle for strenuous activities. Reorient yourself on the proper execution of the test and recording of test results. Go through the test without exerting maximum effort. Most importantly is observe safety. Make sure that the ground is checked and clear from any unwanted objects. Perform the test with a partner. Have a partner who will spot you and record your scores all throughout the fitness test. Always ask for the guidance of your parents or guardians. Test protocol. The following testing paraphernalia are necessary: first aid kit, drinking water, individual scorecards. In testing, you need to provide different equipment such as tape measure, bathroom scale, step box, mat, plastic ruler, and other things. You can improvise things as an alternative materials for the test. Record and keep your test results in physical fitness test form. Ask the presence of your parents or guardian to assist you in conducting the physical fitness test. Ask also to put sign on each physical fitness test to ensure correct execution and safety. Here is the guide for the suggested sequence of tests. Day 1, BMI 3-minute step test. For day 2, basic plank, 40-meter sprint, push-up, stick drop test, sit and reach. Day 3, hexagon agility test, juggling, standing long jump, stork balance test, and zipper test. Here are the references that I have used in doing my presentation. Credits to the owners of different photos used for slides. I hope you've learned a lot from my discussion today. In MAPE, Move to Learn is the context of physical activity as the means for learning, while Learn to Move embodies the learning of skills. So always remember, move to learn to move. This has been your teacher in PE, Mrs. Cynthia Soledad S. Aspe. Have a nice day, grade 7!